But first, United Cerebral Palsy of New York City is helping children with disabilities this holiday season. With the 6th annual Santa Project Party, our own Mike Woods will be there as a co-host. But joining us now is Liza Huber, founder and CEO of Spoonfuls, as well as co-chair of the party and the auction. So very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming to talk.
Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. It's such an important mission, what you're doing. And we want to just talk a little bit about you. You have a personal connection.
I do have a personal connection with cerebral palsy and UCP of NYC. My son Brendan, who's 7 years old, was born 9 weeks early, and he has cerebral palsy.
In reading a little bit more about you, I understand you said that when you delivered your son, you described it as the worst pain you'd ever experienced or encountered.
Yeah, it was, I was by myself. It was a Saturday in August. No one was really around. My husband was in London for business, and I mean, I was 9 weeks early. We didn't think that, you know, labor was going to be coming now. There was no reason for there to be premature labor, but I was watching our oldest, who was 18 months at the time, and it hit me like a wave, and it lasted for a couple of hours, and it didn't go away, and got stronger and stronger and stronger. And I thought, oh my goodness, something is wrong here, and you know, called in, and they said get to the hospital right away, and so I got myself there, and he was born, you know, he was born 9 weeks early, and the doctors and nurses at Winthrop University Hospital on Long Island, they saved his life.
When did you know that he was unique?
You know, when he was 10 months old, he couldn't sit up on his own, and I kind of, you go into a little bit of denial. You know, I mean, I was just so happy he was alive. It was really touch and go. He was in intensive care for 6 weeks. And then when he was 19 months old and couldn't stand up on his own, he could scoot around the wall. You know, they stand up and they crawl, but the minute you would try to stand him in the middle of a room, his muscles would just bring him right down to the floor. And we thought, okay, I can't. I need to kind of, you know, smack myself out of denial and get this boy the help that he needs. And we got him into physical therapy, and he took his first steps when he was 22 months old.
Now, for people who may be unfamiliar with the disease, explain to everyone what it is and how it impacts. It's muscles, right?
It is. Cerebral palsy is a condition. It's a non-progressive condition, and it affects 1 in about 343 births. And what many people don't know is that it's a condition that has a wide umbrella of the way it affects people. You can have very mild, level 1, where you wouldn't even know, all the way to stage 5, where someone is confined to a wheelchair. Brendan is a level 2, so he's able to walk, which is amazing, but he wears braces, and he has physical therapy 5 days a week, but he's, you know, walks independently, and we are so incredibly grateful for that.
Now, Brendan is how old now? He's
7.
He's
yeah,
7 years
first
old.
grade.
First grade. How's that going?
It's going great. He's really thriving. It's amazing. As a parent, you really need to advocate for your children, but then when there's a special need, I mean, the advocating for them really becomes like a full-time job, and really UCP of NYC, I mean, they help parents with the education to help advocate for their children with disabilities, because it's just this big wide world, and you really need some very serious guidance, and thankfully UCP of NYC helps families to do that.
A lot of mothers, a lot of families try to keep conditions such as cerebral palsy private, but you are coming out, you know, raising awareness. Why was it important for you to do that, Liza?
That's a great question. A lot of people have asked me, okay, so you've known since he was 2 years old that he has cerebral palsy. Why did you wait 5 years to come forward? And really what you said is so correct. You really, as a parent, you want to protect your child's privacy. But on the other side of the coin, I have this wonderful platform, you know, and I want to be able to work, you know, and be active in the cerebral palsy community and work with UCP of NYC and help to raise awareness about CP and really help shine a light on how many different faces of CP there are.
We could not go any further without mentioning his grandmother has also come out strong in support. And just to let everyone know who your mother is, the legendary Susan Lucci, you know, the first lady of daytime television, an icon. She has also come out showing her support for her daughter, being an advocate and being very public about something that some families keep very private. But when you have a name like Susan Lucci coming out saying, this is my grandson, we're dealing with this too, did it hit you then then that you know, this woman is revered, you know, and is such a powerful voice in and of her own self, you know?
I mean, she's always been that way. Her star was already shining when I was born. So, I mean, my mom has always been this wonderful, powerful force. And really, I want to do the same thing for my children. So here we are so lucky to have this platform. And individually and together, my mom and I, we can help to increase awareness of CP and really shine a light on those faces and do some good work.
So tell us about the Santa Project. It's the 6th annual one, right?
The 6th annual Santa Project party benefiting UCP of NYC's children's programs. I'm so very honored to be co-chairing the event this year. It's December 1st at the Downtown Association in New York City, and all benefits go directly to UCP of NYC's children's programs. They provide critical services and education and a variety of programs so these children with cerebral palsy and other disabilities can thrive and lead fulfilling, amazing lives. My son Brendan and I were there. We took a tour of the Brooklyn campus last week, and it's just what a beautiful facility and these amazing people doing such good work with these children.
One thing before you go, I thought this was so neat. Brendan's playing baseball because, did I read, his older brother, your son, taught him how to, Royce taught him how to throw, was it?
Yes, yeah, I mean, sports was not the first thing on my mind for Brendan. But then I said to myself, well, wait a second, why should I hold him back? You know, turns out he has got the best hand-eye coordination. He is wonderful at t-ball and baseball, and Royce, his older brother, teaching him how to throw a ball, and it's really good.
And something else before you go that also touched me, when he sees someone else hurt or injured, his first thing is to say, are you okay? So he's inquiring about the health, the well-being of others.
He has so much empathy for other people because he had a very hard start to life, and he knows what it's like, you know? He's a good, sweet little boy.
Sounds like it. So tell us again the event, the ball again of the
So it's the Santa Project party benefiting United Cerebral Palsy of New York City. It's December 1st at the Downtown Association from 7 to 10 p.m. Live music, cocktail party, amazing auction items, UCP of NYC.
We'll put the link up on our page also.
Yes, thank you so much.
And keep Mike Woods in check when you're co-hosting with
sure will.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Our best to you, your son, and of course your mom.
Thank you.
All right, Liza, so nice to meet you. Come